Most men start losing their edge long before they notice the warning signs. But there's one small muscle group that can completely change everything and no one talks about it. Would you believe the real key to lasting longer can't be found in a bottle, but somewhere about 2 inches below your belly button? If you're over 60, here's something you'll want to understand. Your body is already telling you to slow down. Not just in the bedroom. Everywhere. Testosterone dips. Circulation slows. But there's one area that most men never think about, even though it controls almost everything from performance and stamina to bladder strength and even posture. I'm talking about your pelvic floor muscles. Sounds technical, but stay with me. If these muscles weaken, everything, and I mean everything, starts slowing down. If you've noticed more frequent nighttime bathroom trips, slower response times during intimacy, or less control than you used to have, that's not just age. That's your body waving a red flag. And if you ignore it, that flag gets bigger. Weaker pelvic muscles mean more pressure on your prostate, less oxygen getting to the area, weaker signals to the nerves that control energy and performance down there. And when that starts to fade, confidence follows quickly. Because let's be honest, this affects more than just the body. It hits your pride, your relationship, how you see yourself. Now, here's the good news. You don't need a prescription. You don't need expensive equipment. And you don't need to train like an athlete. You only need 5 quiet minutes. That's it. And we'll get to exactly how in just a moment. Now, you might think, isn't that the kind of thing I'd learn in physical therapy? Or maybe you've heard the term Kegel thrown around before, but always assumed it was just for women. That's the myth. The truth? Male pelvic floor exercises have been prescribed by Harvard, Mayo Clinic, even the UK's National Health Service for men with issues ranging from ED to incontinence to prostate recovery. And many of those benefits apply to healthy men too, especially those over 60 who want to stay that way. Let's break this down. There's a powerful but small group of muscles between your hips, deeper than your abs, lower than your stomach. That's your pelvic floor. Most men never even think about it. But it controls some of the most important things in your life: your bladder, your bowel, and yes, your erections. It supports your prostate. It holds up the organs inside your lower body, kind of like a hammock or a sling. Now, here's the catch. As we age, we naturally use this muscle group less and less. And just like any other muscle, when it's not used, it weakens. That slowdown leads to slower nerve signals. It's like trying to run a high-speed internet cable through a frayed wire. The signal gets delayed. It doesn't matter how strong you feel. If the internal connection isn't firing like it used to, everything starts to feel off. You're not broken. You're disconnected. But that connection can be brought back. Let me tell you a quick story about a man named Paul. He's 67. Used to be a carpenter. Proud guy. Strong hands. Tough mindset. But over the past few years, Paul noticed some changes. He started waking up twice, then 3 or 4 times a night to use the bathroom. He also started feeling less confident with his wife. Not because he didn't care, but because his body wasn't responding like it used to. His doctor told him it was normal, just part of aging. But Paul didn't settle for that. He started doing 5 minutes a day of targeted pelvic floor exercises, the kind we're going to talk about in detail. Within 2 weeks, his nighttime trips dropped. Within a month, he was feeling stronger down there. And in 90 days, he told his doctor, "I feel in control again." Now look, Paul didn't take shortcuts. He didn't look for a magic pill. He rebuilt one small muscle that the rest of his life was quietly depending on. Here's what most men do when things begin to slip. They go to their doctor, who hands them a prescription. And maybe the pill gives a short-term boost, a few more minutes, a false sense of control. But here's the truth. No pill builds strength. No supplement rebuilds natural control. Because medicine can only treat symptoms. Real control comes from inside the body, from restoring the muscle that helps everything else work the way it was designed. And when you do that, not only does performance improve, so does your posture. Your spine thanks you. And that lower back pain that's been creeping in, often that's related too. Because when your pelvic floor weakens, your body starts to compensate. Muscles around the lower core work harder. Joints wear down faster. So, yes, this isn't just about the bedroom. This is about keeping your independence. Here's the part most guys don't realize. Once you reactivate this muscle, your brain starts noticing. Studies from the University of Chicago showed that older men with better pelvic floor control also reported higher confidence, less anxiety, and more satisfaction in their relationships. Why? Because they weren't hoping for something to kick in. They already knew they were ready. This kind of routine gives you an edge few men tap into because most never learn how. And that's where we're going next. In just a moment, I'll walk you step by step through the exact 5-minute routine designed specifically for men over 60. It's not the generic Kegels you've seen from the 90s. This one is simpler, stronger, and when done daily, it supports your health in more ways than you can count. Starting tomorrow morning, whether you're sitting in your favorite chair, standing by the coffee machine, or simply lying down before bed, you'll know what to do. And it only takes 5 minutes. Just imagine how different you'll feel after a week. The strength, the control, the quiet return of confidence. Stick with me. All right, here's how to begin. The first step is about connection, literally tuning into the muscle. And here's the easiest way to do it. Next time you use the bathroom, try gently stopping the flow for a second or two. Then let it go again. That little squeeze? That's your pelvic floor. Now, don't do this as part of your daily practice. It's just to help you find the muscle. Imagine trying to flex a bicep without knowing where your arm is. That's what most guys are doing. But once you locate that deep internal muscle, the one that helps you stop the flow, we can move to the real routine. So here's the daily 5-minute sequence. And yes, it fits in your day no matter your schedule. Start by sitting comfortably, feet flat on the ground, back straight but not stiff. Now take a slow, deep breath in. Let your stomach expand. As you exhale, gently squeeze the muscle you used to stop the flow. Hold it for about 3 seconds. Release. Do that 5 times. That's round 1. Nothing fancy. Just warm-up squeezes. Next, the pulse phase. Same muscle, but this time, tighten and release quickly like a light tap from the inside. Not forceful, just quick and controlled. Do this 10 times. Then take a short break. Breathe. Reset. After that, we go a little deeper. Try to lift the muscle upward, not just squeeze. Almost like you're pulling it up toward your belly button without using your abs. Hold gently for 5 seconds. Then release. Do 3 of these. This movement may be tricky at first. That's okay. Remember Paul? He couldn't even feel that lift in the beginning. But each day, the signal got clearer. Your muscles will reconnect too, sometimes quicker than you expect. Now finally, the stretch and reset. Lie back if you're able. Legs stretched out. Focus on full breathing. Let the pelvic area relax completely. This helps the muscle recover, and it signals to your brain training is done. The total time? About 5 minutes. Maybe less. But what you're doing is bigger than it seems. Because just like brushing your teeth protects your mouth, this small habit protects your strength, bladder, performance, posture all in one. Doctors studying pelvic rehabilitation say consistency is the key. Not intensity, not perfection, just showing up. 5 minutes a day may signal big changes after a few weeks. For example, a study published in the British Journal of Urology found that men who practiced daily pelvic exercises showed significant improvement in control and bedroom performance in under 3 months. And these weren't young athletes. These were older adults, many over 60, just like us. But what's most interesting, they also reported feeling more confident in simple, everyday things. Walking into a room, standing taller, laughing more with their partner. That's what starts to return piece by piece when your body feels ready again. Now, if you're thinking, can something this small really make that kind of difference? I get it. Most advice out there focuses on pills, surgeries, or intense training. But the systems that quietly run your body like your pelvic floor don't need force. They need attention, focused effort, a few minutes, done consistently. And if you've ever rebuilt a lost muscle after an injury, you know how this works. You start slow. Some days you feel nothing. Then one day, something clicks. The muscle wakes up. The connection returns. It's not magic. It's progress. And over time, those little wins add up. You start making it through the night without waking. You feel more in control in intimate moments. Even your lower back feels more supported when you stand or sit longer. This isn't just about fixing one problem. It's about getting your edge back. Remember, strength isn't always loud. Sometimes, the strongest change comes from something you can't quite see but you can feel. And once you feel that control again, it changes how you walk through your day. You carry yourself different. You speak more clearly. You show up more fully with the people you love. Because when the body is on your side, everything else starts to flow. Now, if this routine sounds simple, good. It's supposed to be. No pressure, no strain, just a quiet daily reconnection. And the beauty is no one even has to know you're doing it. You could be at the kitchen table, on a walk, in line at the store, 5 minutes, anywhere, anytime. And little by little, that edge starts to return. The next video, I'll show you how to make this even more effective. By adding a few subtle breathing techniques and one posture shift that may double your results with no extra time. So hit that subscribe button and don't miss it. Because once you combine the breathing pattern with the muscular squeeze, everything shifts into a higher gear. But for now, commit to today. Try the 5-minute routine, just once. And tomorrow, do it again. Some victories don't come loud. They come quietly, in how you walk, how you stand, how you feel walking into a room. And it starts right now, right where you are. Let's build that strength back one breath, one squeeze at a time. And if you found this helpful, let me know in the comments. Because in the next video, we go even deeper and unlock the breathing pattern that turns this 5-minute habit into a full body boost. For now, your 5 minutes start today.